From the Ticats Audio Network, this is Ticats Today with Brayden Neville.
On today's episode, I sit down with two of the latest Ticats signings, former Los Angeles Charger DB Mike Jacquet and former New York Giant linebacker Ray Wilborn. It's Wednesday, February 28th, 2024, and this is Ticats Today. Happy Hump Day, everyone. I hope you're all having a nice week. The Ticats are continuing to finalize players on this roster, getting some more work done yesterday, announcing that they've signed a pair of American players, including linebacker Ray Wilborn and defensive back Mike Jacquet. Wilborn spent time in the NFL with the Giants last season, suited up in 2 games for the Broncos back in 2022. Also spent time with Pittsburgh, Green Bay, and was originally signed by the Falcons as an undrafted free agent out of college, where he had a pretty successful college career at Ball State, where he registered 166 total tackles, 12.5 tackles for loss, 3 quarterback sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. So it'll be interesting to see where he fits in to that linebacker group. The other signing, Michael Jacquet, spent time in the NFL with the Los Angeles Chargers last season and previously spent time with Jacksonville back in 2021. He would have just missed Scott Milanovich during his time there in Jacksonville, and he also spent some time with the Eagles. He appeared in 8 games over 4 seasons in the NFL, so he has some games under his belt in the NFL, and adding to a very exciting young DB core that we are already seeing shape up here in Hamilton, and he spoke to me about signing with the Ticats and more. Mike, first of all, congratulations, man, and welcome to the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity, man.
And when did the decision come for you to make your way north of the border and join the CFL and join the Ticats?
Decision came about 2 weeks ago. I was balancing things and trying to make sure that going to Canada would be the right fit for me, but at the end, it all felt like it was the right fit, right scheme. It's a family-oriented place, so I just felt like it'll be a good fit for me.
Have you spent much time in Canada in the past?
Never been to Canada a day in my life.
Really? Okay,
Never.
So what have you heard so far about Canada?
It's cold. I heard it's cold. The food is different.
Yeah.
And that it's a lot of nice people. I heard that as well.
Well, I'd say you're pretty spot on with all that. The food is pretty good, and especially in Hamilton, it's a foodie town, so you'll definitely have a lot of restaurants and spots to check out while you're here in Hamilton. I want to kind of talk about the decision and the negotiations with GM Ed Hervey. How was that and the whole process behind getting yourself here with the Ticats?
It was pretty well. It was pretty self-flowing, real flowing, real well. The coaches were on me the whole time. Well, not on me, but they calling and checking in on me. Spencer, me and Spencer talked a lot throughout the process. Me and Spencer were talking at least maybe once or twice a week for about 3 weeks. Me and Spencer will talk a lot. They said a lot of things that I wanted to hear. They a lot of different opportunities that I have. I was presented with. I'll be a fool to pass up on it. Still love ball. Yeah. I had recently retired from the NFL, but I still have a lot of football in me. So I wanted to be home and be with my daughter for this past about 6-7 months. I've been with my daughter as much as I can, but told her it's time for Dad to go back to play ball. Man, I'm missing my actual love, which is sports. So I need to get back to it.
Mike, would you say that your time in the NFL and over those years of playing in the NFL and going from there to college, you've really grown as a person and as a player playing pro ball?
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Just being by myself really made me grow into a different person. Being in high school, you have your parents, you have, your family support with you at all times. But when I went off to college, that was the first step of me being by myself. So it made me mature into things and realizing things that I needed to do in order for me to get to that next step, which is playing to the NFL. So once I got to the NFL, I just felt like it was all the same thing I was doing in college. I was blessed to have a very good collegiate coach in Billy Napier. He ran it like a professional business. So once I got to the NFL, it was just the same thing for me. It was just no more school. So it was a little bit better once I got to the NFL.
A Raging Cajun for life, though, still, right?
Most definitely. Raging Cajuns for life.
One of the best college football names, by the way, I think, in all of the
Yeah,
NCAA.
most
You're going to have a new coach in Scott Milanovich. What have those early conversations been like with him? I think you just missed him in Jacksonville.
Yeah, by the time I left Jacksonville to go to the Chargers, he had just left. So
Okay.
yeah, it's real smooth. I talk more with defensive coordinator and Spencer more than anyone else. So
Mm-hmm.
I kind of formed a mini relationship with those coaches instead of head coach. But I'm pretty sure me and him we will have all sit downs and we'll talk and we will have a good conversation. I'm pretty sure of it because if he's anywhere as cool and spot on as the other coaches, it'll be a perfect conversation.
Yeah, and Mark Washington is one of those coaches you mentioned you talked to, defensive coordinator, and he's such a cool guy and just such a chill guy, but also he's so football oriented. He's been around this organization a long time. What have those conversations been like?
Oh man, he picked my brain, I picked his brain. We wanted to see how each other operate and
Mm-hmm.
the different philosophies, the different schemes that he have implemented into the defensive scheme. I wanted to pick his brain and see how he run those things. And for some strange reason, it's the exact same defense, just different. Have its different little checks and things within the scheme, but it's the same defense I've been running for about 6 years now. Well,
Perfect.
5 years since I started playing defense. So yeah, I like those conversations, and I feel like it'll fit me very well with Coach Mike.
You mentioned since you started playing defense, were you playing offense before as well?
Oh yeah. So I
Okay.
went to college at quarterback. My freshman,
Really?
sophomore. Yeah, my freshman, sophomore. I played receiver. Played a little bit of both ways my junior year, and then my senior year I was completely defense.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean,
Mhm.
it's crazy. Quarterback, receiver. So basically, you played almost every single position you can
Basically,
play.
I'm just a football player, man. Just put me on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
field, and I'm fine with it.
Did you kick the ball at all too, or what?
I did in high school, not in college.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So what have you learned? Like, there's the adjustments going from playing in the NFL to playing in the CFL, like obviously 3 downs and the waggle and different things like that. Is that something you've already been researching, kind of getting to know the rules a bit here and the changes that'll come?
Oh, most definitely. Once I had a conversation with Spencer the first time, and he kind of explained the rule differences and all those things to me. I consider myself a student of the game. I like to know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm doing before I even get out there. So I obviously did some research and try to compare the differences into it. The biggest difference, in my opinion, was the width of the field. That was
Yep.
the biggest difference of the whole CFL and NFL thing. Just it's more grounds to cover. So I obviously noticed that it was a more of a offensive lead because
Mm-hmm.
it's more of a passing lead, more with for them to move around and maneuver and be able to make plays. But that's about the main
Yeah.
thing, big difference that for me.
Yeah, and it sounds like you're already getting the gist of it here. But
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, and like I said, a lot of guys come over, they adjust, and it's like nothing for them. So I mean, if you're an athlete and if you've played the game, I think you'll be just fine adjusting to this game and play style. Where's your home base? Where are you spending the off seasons normally?
Beaumont, Texas.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
that's your hometown, correct?
Yeah, that's my hometown.
Okay. So you're out there with your family.
Yeah, I'm out here with family and friends.
Nice. And what are you doing for downtime out in Texas?
It's not too much downtime I really get.
Yeah.
I volunteer around at middle schools and elementary, go and talk and help kids train for their sporting events. So like, I'm not too much downtime, but my downtime, I don't get as much time with my family, like being within these sports. Like these last 10 years, I missed
Yeah.
all the holidays and everything. So I was just this last few months, I've been trying to catch up with all of that and just spend as much time with them as possible, especially with them knowing that I'm going to Canada now. So they're trying to be underneath my skin all day, every day. So I'll allow them to do it though.
What do they think about you going to Canada?
Well, they were happy. My family is they're very, how can I say, they want me to succeed. So
Mm-hmm.
with me playing ball, it's like it gave them an out and something to do and something to look forward to. My family, they travel and follow me within sports since I was uh 6 years old, so
Yeah.
they sports is not only for me, it's for them as well. So they're ecstatic about me going back and play ball.
And maybe get a chance to come up and watch a Ticats game. Because let me tell you something. I mean, I'm sure you've heard, but this fan base is one of the best in the CFL, and there's no bias there. I know I'm wearing the Ticats logo and everything, but there's no bias. It is one of the best fan bases in the CFL, if not the best. And what have you heard about this fan base from what you've heard from coaches and everyone else?
Well, so I have a few guys that from around this area that have been in the CFL or previously played in the CFL, and they all told me good things about the Ticat family. Told me that the fans are one of one. They're ride or die with their team. They'll see you out. They'll speak. It's not just a regular fan and athlete interaction. They will actually, they know you by name. They really are intrigued into everything that's going on with the Ticats.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. It's like I said, it's one of the best in the league. It'll be fun to play in front of them. A couple more questions before we go, but you have 2 months until training camp here at Ron Joy Stadium. What does that look like training wise for you? How are you gearing up here for these next couple months before training camp?
Oh yeah, training with me is very, very, very hard. I have 2 trainers, and they don't take it easy on me at all. I've been training with these 2 guys since I was about a sophomore in college.
Okay.
Well, basically since I made the transition to DB, I've been working with them, and every summer or off season that I'm with them, it's a grind fest, a true grind fest. A lot of speed conditioning, plyometrics, yoga, anything you can name, treatments, all of it, all of the above. I'm getting it all. Monday through Saturday, only days I get off is a Sunday, and that's family day, church day. So that's really not an off day. So yeah, training is real competitive. I also train with a couple more guys that's NFL or CFL. I train with those guys as well with my trainer. So training is really, really elite right now.
You're working hard, basically, is what you're saying, man. You're getting ready. And one final question for those Ticats fans who might not have seen you play or aren't familiar with your game, how would you best describe yourself as a defensive back?
Very aggressive, very aggressive DB. Love to tackle. I'm very animated, very animated. I have great ball skills. So yeah, you're just going to get a guy. He's going to give it his all every single play. Love to tackle. Put my body on the line every play. Love contact. So yeah, they'll be getting a guy that's 100 miles per hour every play.
Awesome, Mike. Well, hey, I'm looking forward to seeing it, man. I appreciate you joining me here today, and looking forward to seeing you in a couple months here in Hamilton, buddy.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
That was Mike Jacquet. The other signing for the Ticats, Ray Wilborn, also sat down with me to discuss his decision behind coming to the CFL. Ray, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining me today on the show.
I'm good, man. I'm excited about this opportunity, this new opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So,
why did the Ticats intrigue you? Why did you feel as though this was the right fit for you?
Man, so I kind of ran out of opportunities in the league, and this was the first team who, hit me up, and I like the way the GM was kind of talking about how they wanted to use me. I was excited to hear like a team wanting to use me this way, how they wanted to use me. So like that was big because I haven't seen that since college. You know what I'm saying? Like a team like being excited about you, like, yeah, man, we want to do this, we want to do that with you. So
yeah. So what were those conversations like? How did he first reach out to you and tell you that he was interested?
My agent hit me up. I was actually working out, and my agent hit me up and was like, because at that time I was looking at the UFL. My agent hit me up and was like, just get on the phone with the Canada League, because I didn't even really know anything about Canada football at all. So like, you know what I'm saying, I had to learn. So I got on the phone with him at the workout. He kind of explained how the league goes and like all the ins and outs, and then he kind of went on about how he wanted to use me and my skill set. So like that was a big phone call, because he let me know about the league, and I didn't really know anything about it.
You grew up in Michigan. Have you ever been to Canada? You're not too far away.
No, I haven't.
Okay,
Nope.
so you've never been to Canada before?
Nope.
What have you heard so far about Canada?
So I've been doing a little research, you know what I'm saying? And I seen that is Niagara Falls in Canada?
It is. Yes, we're actually pretty close in
I'm about to
Hamilton.
say, is it in Hamilton?
It's about an hour away from Hamilton, so it's not too far.
So yeah, that was one of the first things I seen, and I'm really just excited about just being somewhere new, and the players who I talked to in the league that have been in Canada,
Yeah.
they all like it. So I'm excited.
I mean, here in Hamilton, it's heavily, they love their football, but more importantly, they love their defense. So is that excite you knowing that you're going to a city that loves their defense? They love that smash mouth football?
Man, I'm ready, man. I'm ready to set the tone with the defense. I'm ready to be out there I'm ready to take on that energy from like the fans and stuff like that. I'm ready for that.
What have you heard in the early conversations about this fan base and how much they love this team?
I haven't really heard. I haven't really heard too much. I looked on the Instagram account.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like it's pretty fun to play out there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they get rowdy here in Hamilton. They love their Ticats. Did you get the chance to speak with defensive coordinator Mark Washington yet?
We text back and forth, but not really a long conversation. Not really with any of the coaches yet.
Okay, so you're still trying to get familiar with some guys. I mean, it's pretty fresh still, so I'm sure there'll be lots of conversations yet to come. Being in the NFL, the rules are a little bit different than the CFL. There's those differences. Have you been kind of looking those up, kind of seeing the differences between the two leagues?
Yeah, they gave me the login to the film work, so I've been kind of trying to watch and see how the game is. But now it's definitely different. But I think it'll be a easy transition for me personally.
Yeah, and a lot of guys, they come to this league and it's seamless for them. So it's one of those things. Off season, where are you spending your off season typically?
Right now I'm at home. I got a trainer up here, Aaron Gumpert.
Okay.
DeWitt, Michigan, great trainer. But yeah, I've been out here for the last couple of months.
Is that where you typically you're spending your time? Is up in Michigan where you were born, where you were raised?
Yeah, I was born in Illinois, but yeah.
Illinois, okay. So you were raised in Michigan, born in Illinois. What, in Michigan, you're only a couple hours away from Ontario. So, I mean, you must have family that would be able to come to games, or do you have people that are probably going to come up and make the little trip?
Yeah, I got people who's going to be up there for sure. I know my brother and my parents are going to be there for sure.
Yeah.
Hamilton's only like 3 hours and 50 minutes from Lansing, Michigan.
Okay, so that's perfect. Did that almost have a little bit to do with your decision, knowing that you're going to be somewhat close to home?
Yeah, that was big. They told me it was kind of close, and then I looked it up on the maps, and it was 3 hours away. I was like,
the off season, what are you doing training wise? You said you have your trainer out there at Michigan, but what are you doing? What are you kind of working on as you prepare for this next season?
I'll say I'm working on my speed. I'm trying to get a little lighter because I know the game's a little faster. The field's wider, so probably a couple pounds lighter than I usually would be.
Mm-hmm.
But man, really just working on everything I've been working on. Yeah, just fine tuning. My skill set.
Coming into this off season, or to this training camp, I should say, what's your goal for this team? What do you want to do and accomplish going into this team?
I would say I want to be a big contributor to us winning. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I want to win, number one, and I just want to be a big part of that. You know what I'm saying? A big influence in winning.
Yeah, no, and I mean, there's plenty of chance to do that. Training camp is only a couple months away. It seems like just yesterday we were hosting the Grey Cup here in Hamilton, and now we're almost 2 months away from training camp. Aside from football, Ray, what are you doing for fun out there?
Lansing ain't too fun, man. So I really nothing. I play the game a little bit, but I'm really just working out. I'd be chilling.
Yeah, that's that. Well, when are you going to be up here in Hamilton? When are you planning on making the trip down?
I'm not sure. Probably closer to camp time. I'm not sure yet.
Are you ready to go? Are you excited to check out the CFL, getting the black and gold?
I'm ready. I'm ready right now.
That's what I like to hear. Well, Ray, hey, I appreciate you joining me today, man. Welcome. I'm glad to have you here, and hopefully see you there in a couple months, man.
Yes, sir. I'll be out there. Appreciate it.